There is explicit non-binary representation on my math homework. B. If I say A's answer is invalid, correct his work. B. If Zoe's answer is invalid, correct her work. B. If Bin's answer is invalid, correct their work. RB. If you support them. Bin's identity is valid, but their answers is not. Mankind. Ugh. A dog. A barrel. Ridiculous. When you're in a bad mood, but there's nothing actually wrong. Come my child, before the humans return. Don't talk to me or my son ever again. The idea that a mermaid would give up the entire whole oceans and eternal life for a human man is propaganda. Yo, have you seen the terrifying the deep seas got? You ever get a text from a man at 2 AM? Where did you learn to fight like that? I have 3 older brothers. Really? Yeah. Wilson played first table on the chess team. Chester used to start crying every time he heard a sad song. Dan can really rock a cocktail dress and 6-inch heels, and I wasn't going to let anyone give them any sh for any of that. So I had to learn to beat up people bigger than me pretty early on. This is my new favorite post. Whenever there's a female character who fights, it's always because she's learned from older male relatives. I'm gonna print this post and put it on my wall because it gave me new hope for humanity. Yeah, ADHD can be a pain in the ass, but can neurotypicals do this? Focuses so hard on listening to someone that I end up focusing on focusing and end up not listening because I'm too busy focusing. Mac and cheese. Horrifying quality. Prepared by Barack Obama. Get it together, Barack. Tell me your favorite weird fact. The earth is covered in corpses. We breathe the air the dead exude, eat the food they nourished with their decay, pour their remains into our cars, wear them and sleep on them. And then we call them scary without even noticing that they are present in every single thing of our lives. We live because of the dead. Eco-goth. Yeah, wanna go mate. You're in desperate need of a comma. Do you ever wonder how many stories have been told about you? I don't mean rumors or gossip. A story like, one time I was at the mall and this girl dropped her hot dog, but she picked it up and ate it. What if I'm that girl? How many times have people seen me do something I thought no one saw and is now being used as an icebreaker at a family dinner? One time I was in this historical park in New York and I was climbing a tree in order to get a good photo and I fell out just as a family was walking past. 2 years later, I ran into the mom at Stop and Shop and she gasped and said, "Oh my god, tree girl," and I've never been the same since. Last night, I dreamed there was this really popular YouTube channel called Wolfpack Dan, and it was a guy who literally lived with a pack of wolves in the forest, just documenting daily life. Now, I need you to understand that Dan was not some sort of Coyote Peterson type. He looked and dressed like someone who would pretend to get drunk off of non-alcoholic beer and say bro unironically. He looked like the bro I'm straight up not having a good time guy. But there he was, literally living in the forest with a wolf pack, recording and uploading videos with his phone. One of his videos opened with him talking to the camera about the pack went hunting today and just made a kill. He turned his wrist to pan his phone over his shoulder, where 4 wolves are pinning down and tearing into a whitetail buck, who is 2 gasps away from death. "We are actually hoping to make 2 kills today," he added, panning his phone the other way to show 2 more wolves latching onto a second deer. The old lady's pups are growing really fast and it's getting harder to provide for them. Once they can join the hunt, that'll be a huge weight off everyone's shoulders. He panned back to the first deer, where the wolves were now tearing into the meal. "I'm really hoping they'll leave the pelt on this one intact," he said. "I need a new cape. Winter is coming, guys." The last shot of that video was him running through the trees with the pack, with a still bloody deer hide draped over his shoulders. I can't remember any more of his specific videos, but the gist I got from them was that he actually was a contributing member of the pack, hence the we, and had been raised at least partially by the wolves themselves. Not sure how they raised him into this dudebro looking 20 something with a name like Dan, but they did. Where did he get his phone? How did he pay for his data? Who taught him English? Why did he dress like that? I have so many questions for Wolfpack Dan. I don't know why this is getting a lot of notes tonight, but I'm excited for all the attention Wolfpack Dan is getting, and I hope that in whatever universe he exists, he's getting a huge influx of subscribers and is living his best life. Anyone else live under the assumption that they're constantly doing something wrong? How about the assumption that everyone's just being polite and any minute now they're going to snap and let you know how awful you are? Radioactive Puss's top 5 favorite ways to respond to unsolicited PP pics. 1. Why he look like that? Implies that the PP is its own dude. Ominous. Person will inevitably respond with like what? To which you can respond fking ugly, buddy. 2. What the F is that? Leaves person confused. Implies that you've never seen a PP before. Person will inevitably respond with my PP and will be forced to accept the fact that yes, they did just send a random stranger a picture of their PP. 3. Memes. See below for examples. You have lost PP privilege. Thanks for sending me a message. Unfortunately, you're very ugly and I will not be replying to you. 4. This picture, nothing else. 5. Block button. Simple and effective. Eats my wedding vows after reading them, so no one will have physical proof of my vulnerability. Hand out earplugs for the ceremony. You all can mind your own business. This guy gets it. Do you ever just violently dislike having body parts? To restricting. I would like to shapeshift. A bab. Assigned born at birth. Assigned baby at birth. All babies are bastards. You walk into the apartment, and there are rose petals, leading you to your bed, past your bed, out the window, back around to the front door again. You've been following the path for several hours now. Is this romantic? You're hungry and scared. Box and I enjoy a morning by the pool reading. So sorry for those having to deal with school starting soon. My English teacher retired, and she just is so snide. Personally, I think the dog is even more snide. Palpatine, at the end of every trilogy. Anyway, I started zapping. Fun fact. Crows can talk just like parrots do. It requires a process called freeing their tongue. Don't ask, but yes, I want to train a flock of them to say run, and release them onto a hiking trail. I want to ask, how many nightmares do you want to give people? All of them. Fun fact. Ever wondered why it's called the Iliad? Because Ilium was another name for Troy, and the ad suffix was used to mean the story of. This means that, if you translated the title, the Iliad should actually be called Troy Story. Thanks, I hate it. You got a friend in horse. You do not have a friend in horse. Would you rather eat a pound of bricks or a matter baby? What's the matter baby? Nothing sweetie, what's the matter with you? I literally did not see that coming. Hi there, a friendly PSA. Cats rub up against Todoroki's left leg because he's warm on that side. Thank you for your time. Why does Baby Yoda have completely different eyes to as an adult? Puberty. You know how people's baby teeth fall out? Thank you for equally awful answers. I literally can't stop thinking about that Richard Sicken quote where he falls to the floor crying, but all he can focus on is the details of the wall in front of him. Eventually something you love is going to be taken away, and then you will fall to the floor crying, and then, however much later, it is finally happening to you. You're falling to the floor crying, thinking, I'm falling to the floor crying, but there's an element of the ridiculous to it. You knew it would happen, and, even worse, while you're on the floor crying, you look at the place where the wall meets the floor, and you realize you didn't paint it very well. What's it like getting 8 hours of sleep every night? Imagine being just as tired, but not having an excuse. This reply needs its own hall of fame. Emo. Me. Trying to silently opening a candy bar. My parrot. watching me intently as he raises his foot to his beak to pantomime the act of eating a candy bar while making distressingly realistic chewing noises and not breaking eye contact. I genuinely think this is an attempt on his part to participate in a social activity with me, but it always comes off exactly as judgmental as it would feel if a human roommate were doing it. Hey, is this just a dream, or did some country ban a man from their country for being too sexy? Back in 2015, yeah, some dude was deported from Saudi Arabia for being too handsome. Me, but for being ugly. The other day, I was perusing the dessert options in the dining hall, and this group of absolute stereotypical frat boy types were also milling around the desserts, and one of them pointed to the strawberry pastries and said to the others, "What's the vibe with these, boys?" And I haven't been able to get that sentence out of my head since. Same energy. Remember kids, rats are the Capri Sun of the vampire world. Hi, what the F does this mean? 2020 will be a good year, cause it's 2 natural 20s, and that means whatever you'll do with success. Go forth and roll with advantage. My favorite picture of the queen. Everybody else is like shocked and mortified, and she's just like, but the party has only just started, motherfuckers. This is not a tasty gummy sweet, but a jewel caterpillar found in Amazon rainforest. They are covered with sticky goo-like, gelatinous tubercles that provides protection from its predator like ants until they metamorphosize into winged moths. Have you seen it grown up though? Literal Pokemon. Have you seen the cocoon it makes though? It's so pretty as a baby, it looks like an actual gem. Then suddenly it pupates into a net thing, and when it comes out, it looks like the fking Lorax. Dude, this is a Pokemon. That's the net they put fking oranges in at the supermarket. Snom. Adult person. Life gets faster as you get older. Me, age 10. Sounds fake, but okay. Me now. I've never been to war. I can't have PTSD. Yes, you can. I'm not suicidal. I can't have depression. Yes, you can. He's never hit me. It can't be abuse. Yes, it can. Suffering is not a contest. Your experiences are valid. Seek out the help you need. Suffering is not a contest. Suffering is not a contest. Suffering is not a contest. Wanna know what a cow looks like washed and blow dried? That is what a cow looks like washed and blow dried. Fluffy milk horse. Doesn't show affection. Oh no, I'm making things awkward. Shows affection. Oh no, I'm making things awkward. Doesn't show affection. Oh no, I'm being distant and cold. Shows affection. Oh no, I'm being clingy and overbearing. Do you ever feel like a toddler, trying to take care of itself? Like, I just spent 30 minutes eating random unsatisfying snacks until I finally figured out I was just thirsty.